So before we talk about the top movie in each category, we're going to talk about some honorable mentions. These three movies, one in each category, the three who I thought were my favorite in all of those that I haven't mentioned yet. So in the comic book category, we have The Mask. The Mask was actually, the comic book itself was written and produced by the same people who made the Barbed Wire comic. And this, unlike the Barbed Wire movie, this showed what you can do if you had a good cast behind it. Jim Carrey was on his ascent at the time. Cameron Diaz making her debut. You had Richard Jeni in it. I love Richard Jeni as a comedian. It's sad that he's no longer with us. But I thought it was a good movie. It was typical 90s cheese, and, you know, again, very, very quotable, you know. To this day, people will still go smoking to people, you know, and I thought it was a great movie. I thought, you know, it had its drawbacks. It did. I mean, you could tell how over the top Jim Carrey was, but at the same time, it was well done. The special effects were a little hit and miss. I'll be completely honest, but I liked it. I thought it was good. In the based on category, we have The Muppet Christmas Carol, my favorite holiday movie. Wonderful, wonderful movie. And the reason I say it's based on rather than a complete adaptation, you have the humans who are faithful to the novel. Then you have the Muppets who are faithful to the Muppets. This was the first big Muppet project after the death of Jim Henson, and you know, so you had the new Kermit the Frog. I think it's his son Brian. But it was a really, really good movie. It was bright, it was colourful. Michael Caine is Scrooge. He pulled that part off superbly. From the anger at the beginning to the love at the end, he was really, really good. But kind of a little uncomfortable in my regards, because you have Michael Caine, kind of like Patrick Stewart, and Alec Guinness, you know, this top-notch British actor, either saying ridiculous lines, being put in ridiculous situations, or in Michael Caine's case in this movie, acting with Miss Piggy. Which is a line very few people like to say, but again, wonderful, wonderful movie. Waldorf and Stadler as the Marley Brothers I thought was fantastic. That's the only way I think they could have got Michael Caine's butt in gear. The anachronisms between modern day and Dickensian London. You know, this is the American way, and then he's corrected to the eagle is corrected to say the British way. I thought that it's silly, but I thought that was hilarious. It's a really, really good movie. If you've never seen it before, number one, why not? Number two, if you have children especially who like the Muppets, you have to watch this movie at Christmas time, because it is a fantastic movie. However, if you're like me, you can watch it at any other point during the year, and it'll be okay. And we go to adaptation, and my honorable pick, my selection was Jurassic Park. Where to begin with Jurassic Park? The CGI still stands up. That's the legacy. You combine CGI with models, and that's what you get. Jurassic Park was phenomenal. Brilliant cast. It had the Goldblum. It had Samuel L. Jackson. It had Sam Neill. Great, great actors. I mean, okay, the Goldblum isn't a great actor, but I mean, he played the part perfectly. It just, the sleazeball lawyer. Oh, I hate it. I cheered when he got it. The fact that the dinosaurs looked real was a great use of models and CGI, and it was such a great movie. It did kind of feel like a Stephen King type movie. I think Steven Spielberg said that he wanted to make Jaws with dinosaurs, and it shows. It's so good. I mean, the sequels and the reboots haven't been as good, and you can see why. In my opinion, if this movie wasn't made, but the sequels would have been treated as great movies. But because they were eclipsed, kind of like The Matrix. The first Matrix was fantastic, the other two not so much. Jurassic Park is a benchmark for anybody who wants to make movies, and anybody who believes that movie making is easy. You just point a camera and get the right people in. It shows what a lot of hard work can do. I thought it was great. The Nedry character was a little bit over the top for me, but I can understand disgruntled employee. I get it, but it was just too far as I was concerned. But aside from that, one of the greatest movies of all time.